appreciation. I don't think I've used that word correctly. Morning folks, I hope everybody's keeping well. I figured it's about time I actually do some work on this channel rather than making videos about me and Morty going for walks and finding owls. And it's a tricky decision because I've just bought Final Fantasy VII, the remake for the PlayStation 4, which was a great idea during this lockdown, but it's sort of taken up all of my mental time and physical time because I actually want to play it. But yeah, I've carved out a little bit of time this morning to make this video because I've had a couple of questions lately regarding the lifetime ISA with Moneybox, why I chose to invest in a stocks and shares ISA rather than a cash ISA, and whether now is a good time to open one of these accounts. So what I figured I'd do is talk about the very, very basic differences between the two accounts with some of the pros and some of the cons, and then answer these questions that I was posed on previous videos. So a stocks and shares lifetime ISA with Moneybox versus a cash ISA with Moneybox. Some of the strengths. For the stocks and shares lifetime ISA, you've got the possibility of growth because you're investing in the stock market, which should hopefully and generally does go up over periods of time. You also get the 25% government bonus on top of any money that you put in. Your money and the government's money then gets invested in the stock market and then has the possibility to grow. However, the weakness of the stocks and shares lifetime ISA is the possibility of loss. For example, my lifetime ISA with Moneybox is currently under 25% gains, so I'm actually losing money at the moment, but you don't actually really lose the money until you sell. If you sell low, then you've locked in your losses. So what I'm doing at the moment is waiting for the stock market to hopefully come back up, so those losses will then become gains again. Another weakness of the stocks and shares lifetime ISA is the fact that you can't access your money easily. You can only use it for the purchase of your first home or as a retirement account after, I forget the age now, it's around 55 or 60 I think. But that is a rule that is across all lifetime ISAs, so that affects the cash lifetime ISA as well, which I'll remind you of in a second. Looking at the cash lifetime ISA, some of the strengths are you get the government bonus of 25% on top of anything you put in up to £4,000 a year, and you also get the stability. There is no risk of losing the money you put in because you're not investing in the stock market. Because all the money is in cash, it's just steady growth with the 25% bonus that the government give you. So that's looking pretty good right now due to the economic situation that we're currently in, where the stock market is down slightly due to the coronavirus. Some of the risks for the cash lifetime ISA: there is no possibility of additional growth because you're not investing in the stock market. So when the stock market is doing very well, people who have their money in a stocks and shares ISA will be doing better off than people who only have money in a cash ISA. A cash lifetime ISA looks really good at the moment because of the losses I'm seeing, but you know, hey ho. The other weakness of a cash lifetime ISA, again, same as the stocks and shares ISA, is you can't access your money unless it's to buy your first home or for a retirement account when, again, you're 55, 60 years old. I would look into the rules of that specifically. I have done it before, but I forget exactly what they are now. But I think if you pull your money out, not for either of those reasons, they take the 25% government bonus off you and they charge you an additional 6%, I think it is. So it doesn't make sense to do that. So only put money into this lifetime ISA that you can actually afford to not have at the moment. So yeah, that's the basics. That's very, very basic information. I would recommend, if you are thinking of opening one of these accounts, to go and do some deeper reading for yourself, just so you understand fully what's going on. I am not a financial advisor, as I keep trying to say on this channel, but people keep asking questions, which I really do appreciate. I've sort of learned as I've gone along over the past 3 years, and I'm really happy that I can share information with people who are looking to do similar things. But on to the questions. I had a question from a gentleman named Giuseppe. Hi Ollie, I was thinking about opening a Lisa with Moneybox too, but I would put money into the cash Lisa rather than the stocks and shares Lisa. It is a much safer choice in the long run, so what was the reason you chose the stocks and shares Lisa? The reason I chose the stocks and shares Lisa was because I was thinking of it more as a retirement account than a first home buying account. So when I opened it, I planned to leave the money in there for, you know, upwards of 30 years, which gave it a long time to grow. That was my thinking. I just wanted an account that I could put money into, couldn't access very easily, and give it the opportunity to grow and grow and grow for the next 35 years until I retired, so I'd have a nice, healthy looking retirement account. So yeah, basically time in the stock market, would have allowed me to grow my money by a larger amount. However, I think it might be, it depends really, it depends what your goals are. If you're looking at buying a home in the next 3 years, it might be, it probably is a very good idea to use a cash lifetime ISA, because you get that government bonus, but you're not at risk of the money being lost in the stock market. So it depends on your goals. Longer term goals, people tend to give the advice of put it in stocks and shares because you've got that opportunity to grow. Shorter term goals, cash might be the best way to go, because you could just get a consistent amount of money building up, but again, obviously you risk not having it grow to the same extent as the stocks and shares, like I said. It's all risk management. Basically, it depends on what you're prepared to stomach. I'm not panicking at the moment with the downturn in the stock market, because I think it will come back up once all of this COVID-19 stuff is said and done. So yeah, that was my thinking on that. It was long-term saving goals rather than shorter term savings goals. And the next question I had came from Maria, and she asked, or she says, I was going to open a stocks and shares ISA with Moneybox, but I'm totally new to investing. Do you reckon waiting until after coronavirus would be the best, or just going for it now? Again, it depends on your personal situation and the amount of risk you're prepared to undertake. Personally, I've stopped investing into any savings accounts that I can't access the money easily at the moment. I think a strong cash position would be very good during this whole coronavirus pandemic, because you want to be able to easily access any money you have in case you have emergencies that come up, like, you know, having to buy food or any other any other type of emergency. Something happens with your car, you need your car to go and do essential shopping and picking up prescriptions. You need cash handy so that you can just deal with these situations. You don't want to put it on credit cards and build up debt. In that context, yes, I would suggest waiting to start stocks and shares lifetime ISA until this pandemic looks like it's clearing somewhat. However, if you have a very large amount of money to play with and you don't really mind what happens to it, this could be a good opportunity to get in the stock market now while it's low, so then you get the benefit of those gains if and when it shoots back up. But that's not guaranteed. There is no guarantees in this stuff. You know, the market might stay down forever. It could collapse forever. Who knows? I'm not an expert. If you've got a lot of money to play with, you might want to look at starting a stocks and shares ISA now, because while it's down, you're buying at low prices, and when it goes up, you'll get the benefit of those gains. But personally, for me and for people who don't have a large amount of money to play with, I would say keep your cash for now. Put it in a savings account if you can afford to just put it in an account which, you know, isn't earning you much interest, but it's sort of ring fenced off, so you know you can't access it. When all this coronavirus thing is said and done, then maybe open a stocks and shares lifetime ISA, put that savings that you've built up in there, and then you'll get the government 25% bonus on top of that. That might be a good way to go. I hope that's explained some of it for you. Again, it really is just a case of risk management and what you're prepared to lose for the opportunity to gain. Just to highlight the differences between a cash lifetime ISA and a stocks and shares lifetime ISA at the end of this video, my sister sent me the screenshots of her cash Lisa this morning. So you can see in the breakdown there, she's contributed £634. The government has given her a bonus of £126. She's earned interest on that of £2.03, but she hasn't had any money taken out for fees or for stock market losses. Whereas if you take a look at my stocks and shares lifetime ISA, I've contributed £3,150.30. The lifetime ISA bonus from the government is £787.59. My investment gains are minus £147.89, which means I haven't lost it yet because I haven't sold it, but currently the stock market is down, meaning the value of this account has actually decreased, and they've charged me £49.44 in fees, which is not fees for having the account, it's fees for the people who manage the funds that the money is invested in. My word, that was a long video. Again, thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of this. Please consider liking, sharing and subscribing. I'm nearing that 1,000 subscriber mark. Be very excited when I get there. Stay safe, wash your hands, take care, and we'll speak soon, no doubt.